Howdy, everyone. Welcome to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. I am one of your hosts, Eric Allered, part of the fourth generation of the Tilson family, joined, as I am every week, by Dawn Dancer, Vice President of Marketing and Customer Experience. Welcome, Dawn.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
It's going fantastic. So, folks, welcome to Tilson Live. It is Tuesday. We are here to answer all of your questions regarding Build on Your Land. So we will be monitoring the chat as we always do. So please put your questions in the post. Let's see right now where you're watching from. Tell us where you're building. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us what part of the process that you're in. If you're just getting started, if you're in the sales and pre-construction process, if you're in construction, or if you've already built and are just stopping in to say howdy, give us a howdy in the chat. We'll be monitoring that the entire time. But we have a very special plan to show you guys today. Dawn, what are we doing today?
So we are going to show a home that we completed up in Navarro on a lake, the Gonzales. So Gonzales is a super popular plan that we have. It's actually, I just checked, it's been in the top 5 for the last 4 years. So very, very popular. And this family made some amazing changes to it to make it suit their property. So very excited to show those off.
So yeah, probably our most, truly quickest and easiest way to get some. If you're needing 4 bedrooms, this is the plan you need to watch for, just to get you in 4 bedrooms. This is a great way to do it. Very economical for 4-bedroom home, very efficient use of space. So you're checking out the Gonzales plan. This is a show you're going to want to watch. We've got not only the changes this customer made, but Dawn has some very special other sneak peeks she's going to be able to show you as we go on about it. So she and her team have done some really hard work in making sure that we can show you kind of what the stock plan looks like.
Right. So, yes. Yeah, because there were a lot of changes made to this one, so we wanted to show you what it looks like with the base options and how.
Yeah, so for those of you that do ask, like, how come you don't have more pictures of these plans on your website? And you're going to see why today. Like, if we were to just put this one on the website and says this is a Gonzales, you might say,
"Is it?
This is not match the floor plan." So, which is cool. That's fine. That's what this family needed. That's what they wanted, and that's what we're here to do, is to customize it to make it your own. But that's part of the reason that we're trying to be somewhat discretionary on just throwing floor plans and pictures up there, so that we're not, misleading somebody into thinking, okay, well, it's going to all look like this. Like, no, it's not going to all look like that.
Absolutely.
But we'll be able to show you some compare and contrast, kind of how it started out, what they changed, and maybe what it might look like if you didn't make those changes. But the changes they made are really, really fantastic. And again, if you're looking for a great way to get into a 4-bedroom home or 3 bedrooms, and you need a flex space, a study, or a work from home, or a remote learning type of space, we can do that. The Gonzales is a fantastic plan to do that with. So
yeah, absolutely.
Tell us, you guys, where you're watching from, what part of the process you're in, where you're building, maybe what plan you're looking at. We'd love to hear from you guys. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube, and can't wait to hear from all of y'all, and can't wait to start seeing what this family did to this plan.
Yeah,
so don't get my joining us yet?
We do. We have William coming in from Austin.
Howdy, William. Welcome.
We got Janetta coming in from Houston.
Okay.
We got Sam and Samikia. Howdy, we're planning to build in Refugio County.
Beautiful.
And we got another friend coming in from YouTube. Howdy.
Howdy.
We got Rebecca saying happy Tilson Tuesday. Singley's and Kyle building in Driftwood.
Oh, nice. I was there this weekend for Easter in Driftwood.
Cool and John's here too, so he says hi.
Oh, good. Okay.
We got Faith checking in for our OSC team, all of our new home specialists.
Long time no talk to. It's been almost a day.
I know. And we've got Wesley. Hello and good afternoon. Watching from Phoenix, Arizona, building a canyon elevation seat in Greenville. Hey, Wes.
Welcome,
good to see you.
Wes. Appreciate you.
And we got somebody coming in from Madisonville, Texas. So
awesome.
Thank you for watching. And Wesley saying he loves Tilson Tuesday. We love that you come and watch us.
We do too. Yeah, thanks for sharing your time with us, man. We really appreciate it.
We got Crystal, who built a Gonzales B in Ellis County. Awesome.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. Fairly recently, if I recall.
So we got Kristen. Hey, y'all, building a canyon and just signed all of our 7 change orders.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
All right. We got Lisa, hi from Fort Worth, building a rock wall at Possum Kingdom Lake. Stakeout done, waiting for geotechnical survey and septic design. Awesome.
Beautiful.
We got Kenny building a Travis in Burleson, Texas. Plumbing rough-in happens today. Awesome.
Nice. And Burleson, Texas, one of those neat places, not in Burleson County. Totally different. So Burleson, Texas, up, south of Fort Worth, Burleson County, over by College Station. Who knew?
Just to mess everybody up.
That's right. Houston County is not where Houston is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Austin is not in Austin County.
Not in Austin County.
Yeah.
They just like to mess with all the out-of-state people.
That's our job. Keep people on their toes.
Trying to figure it out. Then we throw places like Bernie. So we got Kim from the Bernie office coming in. You got to throw that in there to just really know who's from town and who's not.
That's right.
Then we got Angela in Austin, building in Coryell County, about to pour the foundation on a Granbury.
Oh, very cool.
And then we've got Deborah looking at building plans for their new home. Awesome. So you've come to a good place. Lisa says she can relate on all of Kristen's change orders. It's not a competition, guys. Like,
it is not a competition. That's
golf rules.
Not one you want to win. Not one you want to win. Oh, and I think we have the customer.
Yep, and this is Callie Spann. This is her house that we're going to see, so she's very excited to see.
And thank you for sharing it with us too.
Thank you so much.
Man, we appreciate it very much.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So with that, we will go ahead and kind of start talking about the Gonzales and what the Spann family did.
Well, let's check it out. Dawn, tell us a little bit about the Gonzales.
All right. So the Gonzales, like we were talking, super popular plan. It's been in our top 5 for the past 4 years. And it's, good, just right under 2,000 square feet. It's got 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. So like you were saying, if you want to get into a 4-bedroom, this is a very economical way to do that. So great layout. Just beautiful, beautiful plan. It's got a, good walk-in pantry space, got that nice open concept kitchen. It's got kind of the division between the master suite and the other bedrooms. It's front to back divided plan, but just very, very nice. And let's see here. I'm sorry, I didn't realize that I was the one with the thing. So let's look at pictures now. Sorry, guys. But all right. So the Gonzales B typically is our traditional brick gable elevation. So it's going to be solid brick on 3 sides. They did change theirs up a little bit, which we'll get into. But just very good traditional looking plan with that good gable roof. And here's you can actually see the floor plan I was talking about.
I'm sorry, I thought I was sharing it. I guess I was not.
I know. Yeah, you disappeared. Here we are. You've got the nice open concept family room with the breakfast nook, very nice kitchen layout, huge walk-in pantry. And then, like we were talking about, it's split bedrooms front to back. So you've got your master suite on the back, and there's no common wall between it and the other bedrooms. That you've got 3 additional bedrooms, all about the same size, in the front of the home. So just a very good layout.
And I love the way, you talked about the master bedroom a while ago. There are no common walls whatsoever with family room, even a hallway, much less another bedroom. So, I mean, it's completely surrounded by privacy. So you have a wall buffer all the way around, and then of course your view to your beautiful land behind you. And they're not obstructed by any offsets. It's a very, very efficient design. Our drafting team hit one out of the park. I mean, it was kind of a redesign of an old plan, but they really polished it up nice and super great layout for folks. So,
yeah, very good plan. So here's what they did, which we'll talk in more detail as they just a couple things, just a couple typical Tilson changes that they did, and we'll talk in more detail as we go through all of the rooms. I'm just kind of going to give like a high level. One thing you'll notice that they've done throughout the home is they were very cognizant and aware of aging in place kind of features. So this is going to be their forever dream home. So they made sure to widen all of those bedroom doors and the bathroom doors to 3 feet. Throughout the home. So there are some adjustments that we need to make when we make those doors wider. They also made some changes in their master shower and the master bathroom layout to accommodate that. So we'll talk about that. Kelly had a very interesting, what she calls her 2 non-negotiables. One of the first ones was she very much wanted a Christmas tree closet, which I think is just genius. And we'll show that off. But from what I understand, the plan is that she's going to have somebody come and they're going to decorate the tree. It's going to be on a tree stand that is on wheels. And when Christmas is over, we wheel it into the closet. And when it's Christmas time again, we wheel it out of the closet. And
that
so
is
it's just got its
brilliant.
own. Yes, I think this
Really
is just genius, just absolutely genius.
If I don't have to, deadlift the Christmas tree up into the attic after the fact, it has not been Christmas at the Allard house. I can tell you that. Like that's just,
Yeah, well, and that's after you take the 4 hours to make sure every ornament goes back in its box properly.
Oh no! We have a hard deadline at the Allard house. It's going up into the attic by January the 10th. Ornaments or not.
Oh no!
Going.
We are very different Christmas personalities, I can tell. All my ornament boxes are like marked where they got to go, and we've got to find them all and put them all away. But then they also, this bedroom number 4 is a little bit bigger, so they're going to use it as an office. So they added a larger window here. She also liked the archways that we show in some of our plans. So she changed some of the regular openings into archway openings, which we'll show throughout. Her second non-negotiable is she really wanted a butler's pantry that she could put all of her appliances into and just sort of be away, so they're not cluttering up the kitchen counter, but they have a place where they live and where they're used, and it's separate from everything else. So that's kind of a really nifty thing that she did in her pantry over here. And she did some rearranging on the kitchen. She really loved the rock wall kitchen, so she's gone ahead and incorporated that island, which is something that we do frequently. And we actually have a blog post on it, a list of all of the islands that we have available that you can incorporate into your kitchen. And then she also wanted, her double oven and separate cooktop. So rearrange some things, moved the refrigerator over here to just create that kitchen of her dreams. And I'm sure everybody's kind of looking, because we get this question about wraparound porches. They created one on this home, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So that was an addition that they made that turned out wonderful, because they can see their view of the lake from there. Then in the living room, they did add, an option from another plan. Everybody loves that LaSalle and driftwood cathedral ceiling vaulted thing, so they did that in their family room. So we've got 4 beams running across it with the cathedral ceiling. They added the gas fireplace with the stone all the way to the ceiling. And then they added this massive 3-car garage over here on the side, which caused us to have to do some rearranging over here, both to accommodate her Christmas tree closet, but also to get the utility room to connect to the garage. So we did some maneuvering in this section of the house to make all of that work. In the master suite, they added the stepped ceiling. And then, as I was mentioning at the beginning, we did some rearranging on the bathroom to make it a little bit more aging in place friendly. So took out, the separate commode closet so that it would be easier to get to, and took out that tub and made it a shower for them. So just a few little things.
One or two tweaks here and there. And actually, to be fair, all those changes that you just mentioned, they only added 10 square feet of living area. It was actually, we added a lot more slab area, obviously, between the garage and wraparound porch and all that, which are fantastic. But really, every changed, it's 10 square feet of actual heated and cool living area. So just showing you, while the design is efficient to start with, they made some really great changes that worked for them. And the space was really pretty much able to accommodate that without adding a whole lot of space, which is good.
Yeah.
So hats off to Cheyenne Napo and Melissa Texas for making this happen. Great design.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and let Kelly show us her family room.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Tilson Live Tours. I'm Kelsey with Tilson, and I'm here today with Kelly to talk a little bit about their customized Gonzales B home in Navarro County. So first things first, I would like to point out that she has some stellar rocking chairs. So before we go inside, just wanted to give you a little shout out on these.
All right.
This is a great front porch. It's very inviting.
It is a great place to see the sunrise.
Yes. Well, without further ado, shall we go inside?
Yes, come look at our house.
All right.
Come on in.
Thank you. This is a great door, by the way. I love the iron.
Just a beautiful door, and we had a different door picked out, and we saw this on the model, and when we went back and we're like, we have to have this door.
Yep, gotta have it.
People compliment that all the time. It is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Just one of those last minute changes.
Yes. So this is my whole, this whole open area is just awesome.
This is a beautiful living room. It's so open and warm and inviting, and the floor to ceiling stone on this fireplace is beautiful.
It is beautiful. They did an awesome job. And just having the open area, and it was so much fun when we went to design it because they literally, my designer, took out 2 of those little rolly erasey things and erased all the walls to get everything that we wanted.
Just keep the outside and erase everything in the middle.
We're like, this is the footprint, and then we've got to take everything else out. So it was great. We just loved the whole, we put the cathedral ceiling, which just makes it even bigger and grander and just beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, and I like that this has 4 beams. I feel like I usually just see 3, but the 4 really makes it seem a lot deeper too in the whole house. Like it really flows out to the view, and from the front door you walk in and you're just like, wow.
And I love the chunkiness. Like they're chunky. They're not like little strips.
It's that rough sawn.
Chunky, rustic, kind of look. So let me show you the kitchen.
All right.
All right. So yeah, just beautiful. And you guys could see that view, which is why we've got, such large windows and everything on the home, and the cathedral ceiling just adds to it. She talked a little bit about that front door. So here's kind of the shot of the foyer and that beautiful door. It just love it. Just gorgeous.
Yeah. We get a lot of people opting for that iron door, and that, not to be lost. We didn't spend a lot of time on that front porch, but it is a very inviting space. And of course, like, again, they're in one of the fastest growing areas where there's lakefront property. We're at Richland Chambers Reservoir over in Navarro County, kind of just east of Corsicana. But there's really, really pretty places over there. And we have a lot of customers, both leaving, a lot of them moving out of the Metroplex, out of Dallas-Fort Worth, to have a little more space. And they have a very large lot out there. So just a really, really pretty spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll show you a little bit more of that porch later. We end the tour there. So you can see that. But this is, I wanted to show you because we talked a lot about the changes that were made to the family room. So this is what the standard layout for the Gonzales family room looks like. So you would have 9-foot ceilings rather than the cathedral ceiling. Like all Tilson plans, our family room is going to include the ceiling fan in there, but just a beautiful large space, lots of room in here. And I really like what our drafting team did kind of with the standard doorways here. As you can see, they went super tall on the opening that leads into the hallway to go into the master. So it just adds a really interesting architectural appeal to see the 2 different sizes of the openings because it's taller than the doors usually are. And those openings, usually they would be squared off like this, but you'll see they chose to go ahead and round them off in their own home, which this is what their living room looks like. So you can see they went with the cathedral ceiling, so it's taller. So this looks shorter because the ceiling's higher, but then they arched that up and made those into archways for that. And then you've got the beautiful stone fireplace right here, and this is all a wall of windows, so you can see that amazing view that you saw in the video.
Yeah, when I saw this come in, it reminded me very much of the LaSalle there in Huntsville and Texas Grand Ranch. I mean, it looked just like it across the back. So well done on that. Fireplace, same spot, all of it really pretty.
All right. Well,
I didn't mention it before, guys, but do drop your questions into the chat. We will be answering all your questions. I know I normally say that. For those of you who typically watch, you know the drill. Some of you already put them in there, so that's good. But for those of you who may not, any questions you have at all about building on your land, financing, customizations, permitting, septics, what to look for in land, what questions to ask. That's what this is about. So we are, of course, going to show you this beautiful home that the Spanns have shared with us, but also ask your questions. We will answer every one of them.
Yep, absolutely. But for right now, let's go ahead and look at this gorgeous kitchen.
Do it.
So this kitchen is like one of my faves, though. I went with the dark cabinets, and that we didn't realize that me and my husband were going to have a little conflict over that because he liked white cabinets, I like dark.
So you compromised and got dark cabinets?
Yes, that's how it should be. So we got the dark cabinets. I put the glass in the couple of those little things.
It's kind of like a display.
It is. It was very nice. And because I got my dark cabinets, he got this huge island.
Yes, it's massive.
And it is massive.
It's like a 10-foot long island.
It is 10 feet, a little over 10 feet, and just wide. It is wonderful for entertaining. You can put food out. People can sit here. It's just great.
Well, and you've got a really big under-knee space right here, so you can have people sit comfortably and not have to worry about banging their knees on the backside of the island.
It's just, It is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, and this backsplash really goes well with the granite and the counters.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer picking that because it was just the colors that I like, those earthy, deep colors.
Yeah.
It goes great, really.
Yeah, I
great
mean,
with it.
all of your colors go really well together. The floors even tie in with everything. It's all very warm.
Yes, it is.
So you mentioned before that you had a couple non-negotiables.
I did. So one of my non-negotiables was to have a butler's pantry.
A butler's
Because
pantry.
I love this clean look of
Yes.
not having my appliances on it.
Yes.
So let me show you that.
Okay. Oh yeah, this is
And
awesome.
so this is great. This is where I can put my mixer, my toaster, everything's here. It's got the window in here, so it's not like you're going into a closet. It's
Yeah.
light and bright.
And you have the plugs too, so you don't have to take them
Yes.
back out into the kitchen to
Yes.
use anything. You can just use them
I'm
right
just
here.
going to be in here, and it's really great because when you have an open house like this, sometimes my husband's trying to watch football and I'm running the mixer.
Yeah.
So I can close the door if I want to. But I love this. This was one of my non-negotiables that I
Yeah,
had.
this is great.
Yeah.
All right, let's go check out maybe
Okay.
the bedrooms.
Yes, let me show you our master.
There you go. So
May I take a moment to point out how bright Mr. Spann is? Given that he wanted painted cabinets and she wanted dark stained, and I think we all can agree with what they ended up with. Brilliant husband.
yes,
Just brilliant.
very, very smart. In honor of him, I'll show our rendering of the standard kitchen has painted cabinets in it for him. So here's
Wonder
your
where he
white
got the idea.
cabinets, Mr. Spann. But this is what the kitchen would normally look like. Just wanted to give everybody a visual because we talk a lot about we moved this and we moved that. So this is where everything, would be with the standard layout before you start moving things around. So even the standard island in the Gonzales plan is very large, but it's not the rock wall island, which is what she wanted.
No,
So
it is not.
she went ahead and added that in, and then like I was talking about earlier, there were some things. This is where the refrigerator would be normally. So just wanted to kind of show what the space would look like standard, and then versus what they did, which is that huge rock wall island in there. They did the 3 pendant lights over it, and then customized a lot of this cabinetry, which they went with the separate oven from the cooktop. So that moves the microwave over here too. So kind of created that extra set of cabinets, which meant we needed to move the refrigerator over into this space versus where it was before. So just shows that. And then I love the inclusion of the glass cabinets up here to kind of have that nice display going, but just absolutely gorgeous kitchen. I love all the changes. And as you said, very, very smart that they made the compromise and got the cabinets that she wanted.
And I love how his victory is the large island, which is clearly not a victory for Mrs. Spann, for sure.
Yes. Very smart. And then this is just a picture of that butler's pantry, which usually there would be some shelving and wrapping around in the corner, but instead she added this counter space there with the electrical outlet. So it's just a great space for them to have all their stuff away. And, she mentioned, KitchenAid mixers are very loud, blenders are very loud, things like that. So it's nice to be able to, if you are having a lot of people out in that open space, be able to kind of shut off that noise, but also have, all of your baking stuff very close at hand and just easy to handle. So
Yeah, that's probably the prettiest pantry I've ever seen.
yes. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I definitely have pantry envy with this one. It's very nice.
It's a great idea.
Absolutely. But let's
Any
check
questions?
in. I can see we have some comments and questions. So
Well, let's try to help these folks. Guys, put your questions in the chat. We will answer them. Put them on there.
all right, we got Gina checking in. She's building a canyon in Stockdale. They are staking and designing right now. Awesome.
It's a fun time.
We've got Julie building a Whitney farmhouse in Bowie in Montague County. Montag. I'm getting all the pronunciations. I really need that talk like a Texan. I need some teacher to bring that back for me because it's just I learn something new every day.
But Julie, thank you for
yes,
the
thank
very
you.
kind way of helping
I'm
us.
telling Dawn she's been saying it wrong for about 3 months now. All right, Bowie in Montag County. All right, got it. Then we have Will coming in from Klondike. Just stop by real quick to say hi. Got to get back to getting stuff done before the rain comes in.
We're getting rain. That's good.
Well, all right. We got David. Howdy, friends. The Christmas
Howdy,
tree
David.
closet is brilliant. Yes. I'm glad we got lots of footage like that. And John also agrees, Christmas tree closet, awesome idea. We've got Jackie. Hello, we're waiting on installation in my San Jacinto B in Waller County. I'm curious to know why gas ovens are not offered for wall units if the cooktop is also gas.
Oh, that's a great question, Jackie. I'm glad you asked. And they are, but in a very, very, very small size that you would not be happy with. So gas ovens that are built into a wall these days, and actually as long as I can remember, go back 20, 25 years, the largest you can get, the only one you can get is 24-inch wide, which is, you probably have cookie sheets that are more than 24 inches wide, never mind actual something to bake something in. So if you want anything bigger than a 20, and I don't even know if any manufacturers still make 24-inch gas oven, but that was the only thing they were offered in for the longest time. And so most customers, I don't know if any customers don't want anything less than at least a 27. And all we typically, if we're doing a combo like that, it's a 30-inch oven. So typically it's a 33-inch wide cabinet at minimum that'll hold a 30-inch oven. And they just do not offer gas. Like manufacturers don't make gas ovens. I don't know if there's something to do with the size, not be able to heat it right. The only time I've seen you be able to get something even remotely like that is if you're doing a big, one of the big 36, 42, 48-inch one-piece dual fuel. And even then, the dual fuel is typically the cooktop is gas, but the oven is typically a electric convection oven. So it's just not a thing in the industry.
Interesting.
And it never has been. So it's again, 24-inch is about the only size gas oven I've ever seen, and that's really just not big enough.
That would be very disappointing.
It looked out of scale in 40 years ago in 1,600 foot houses. I can't imagine it in the kitchen like what the Spanns did or one of our regular homes. So.
All right, good to know. We got Julie commenting that Cheyenne is great. She helped us design our house in Corio County. Awesome.
Beautiful.
We have a question from YouTube. What determines whether an engineered I-joist is used versus 2x6s, such as in a garage?
Okay, great question. So we have some span tables so you got a building code, obviously. And so we've got the span tables kind of set up in our design and drafting department, and their team has what the span tables are for various, not only sizes or dimensions of lumber, but this actual species determines. So, SPF or spruce pine fir may have a different load than southern yellow pine. We've got the span tables of what the building code allows for a 2x6, 2x8, 2x10, 2x12, all will carry. And typically the larger, so the span tables are what determine it, to answer the question in short. You do have some options when you start to get into the larger spans. So for instance, in a garage, we can still do 2x12s. I mean, you can put a couple of Versa lambs or glue lambs, some type of large laminated beam in there, engineered wood product as the main load bearer. And then you can use some joist hangers coming off of there, going in both directions. Those will hold your ceiling joists. And those can still be probably 2x12s. In some cases, probably even 2x10s. We prefer to go with the I-joist because they're all made the same.
Right.
So these days, lumber, all lumber, but particularly southern yellow pine and spruce pine and fir SPF are fast growth. In other words, it's a business, right? They're harvested younger than they were 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago. We were harvesting 100 and 200-year-old trees. Now we're harvesting 10, 12, 14, 18-year-old trees. So, and actually the span tables have come down. So a 2x6 that was harvested this year does not have it won't span the same distance as a 2x6 harvested in 1985, for instance. So we get a little down. So because they are harvested younger, they tend to, in our experience, have a crown to them or maybe a bow to them when you get to those longer spans. So those 16, 18, 20, 22, 24 foot 2x10s and 2x12s, they'll technically carry the load, but you're not going to have as nice, smooth, even finish on a big open span like the ceiling of your garage or the ceiling of a big family room as you would if you used a Boise Cascade I-joist. Certainly the case if we're going to be using a second story. So if you're getting a house that's got a bonus room above, we're almost always going to, in fact, I think as far as we always use, I'll say almost always because this is on social media, we almost always use I-joists. And really that's so that, you don't have the squeak. So It's okay to have a crown in a piece of lumber. That's perfectly natural. You try to put all the crowns up, so in the same direction, so that over time, the weight kind of pushes it down. So if you see like an empty 18-wheeler trailer, it's kind of got a little hump to it.
Got that bow to it.
When you load it down, it's level. Very similar concept when you're talking about putting lumber for floor joists, but we like it where they're all perfectly straight. They're all made the same. They're all made in a factory. And when when we get there and put them all up, we guarantee it's going to be a flat finish on the ceiling below and on the floor above that's going on it. So over time, you don't have the, when you're trying to sneak out of the house when you're a teenager. And anyway, you don't want that to happen. That results in disciplinary action, as they say. So in some cases, direct disciplinary action. So that's the real, it's really kind of up to the code, number one, and then a builder's preference as to whether they want to use a 2x12 or go some kind of I-joist. We prefer the I-joist.
Okay. All right. We've got Armand checking in from Missouri City. Julie's saying she's here to be helpful to us. So Julie, whatever else I mispronounce, just let me know. I know we'll fix it. We always want to improve. So Sam is asking, when are the loan fees collected using the Easy Buy program?
So at the end, when the home, so you got an appraisal up front, which is part of an application fee. They do take an application fee up front that almost completely is to pay for the appraisal. And then you don't actually have any other kind of closing costs or anything until the house is finished. You've done your walkthrough and the closing is scheduled at the title company. So then when you go there, they'll let you know, typically, a week or so out, if there is an amount you have to bring to closing, what that amount is. But a lot of our customers don't have to bring anything to closing. So it just depends on the situation. But the application fee is collected upfront to pay for the appraisal, and then everything else is at the end. Great question.
Okay. All right. Rebecca says that seeing this beautiful home makes me want our home to be finished now. Can't wait.
Us too, Rebecca. We want it done.
Yes, we know it's hard to be patient. So thank you for your patience. It'll be worth it when we're done. And then our YouTube friend that was asking about the I-joist, looks like he has a 3-car garage with 2 Versalamps dividing it into 3 sections with all 2x6s in each section. I was just wondering why I-joists weren't.
Yeah, so the Versalamps are actually carrying the load in that situation. So that's a great point. So the Versalamps are carrying the load. We don't have a live load of any kind above for the I-joist. And I will also tell you, right now, engineered wood products, difficult
take
to
a
get.
really long time.
Yeah, if they're available at all. So yeah, we've had to call some audibles in situations where we ordinarily would have used I-joists and have had to default over to conventional dimensional lumber, which again, the code allows for that. It will work. So while we have a preference one way, sometimes you got to change something or let the house sit for 15 weeks, 20 weeks with nothing happening. And nobody wants that. When we know by code, another piece of lumber will actually carry the load.
Okay.
So, and again, really the 2x6s in your particular situation, all they're doing is holding the sheetrock. The Versalamps themselves are holding the weight of the roof up.
Okay.
Great question.
All right. That makes sense. Well, let's take a look at this gorgeous master suite.
So this is our bedroom, our master bedroom. So there's not a real lot we did in this room, but we did add the
step ceiling. Yeah,
yes.
That looks really great.
Yes. And it just adds a little pop to this room, I think.
Yeah, and a little extra height too, especially in a room that's not quite as large as some of the other bedroom options. This just allows it to feel a little spacious and great.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that a lot. And then you've got these 2 windows here that look out to your view.
Yes, my
view. You've got great views in every single room.
Every room, that's right. It does have good views.
And then in here we have the bathroom.
We have our master bath.
Okay, let's go check that out.
Okay. So this is the master bathroom.
Awesome. And this door is huge.
Yes. So
it's really tall.
We're old folks, so part of what we were thinking about, because this is like a retirement home, is we wanted the higher doors because it makes it look bigger, but we also got wider doors. So if I was in a wheelchair or a walker someday, we can do it. And we did the same thing with the shower. We put the grab bars and a bench in there just to help with as we get older. And then one of my other favorites are the stone on the bottom. Is that cool?
The river rock.
Yes.
It's like a little massage on your feet when you
It
stand
is
on
wonderful.
it. I love it.
Wonderful.
And you've got the little cutout in there as well with the deco tile.
Mm-hmm.
And then same cabinet, same countertops. This is just a really pretty and functional bathroom.
Still went with the dark.
Yep. All right, well, let's go check out the other side of the house.
Come on.
All right.
Yeah, aging in place is something we hear about quite a bit these days. And it's, it's a real thing, right? I mean, everybody wants their independence. And that's kind of what the spirit of who we're building for broadly is an independent minded folk. So why not figure out a way, if you can, to the degree that it's appropriate for you, build a situation where you can age in place. That's what I mean. You can age in this home. I mean, they're obviously clearly able-bodied now. But thinking down the road a little bit, smart.
Yeah, always good to plan ahead, because it's much harder to come in and change those things after the fact than it is to just adjust them before you build. So it's great to see that. So this is their master bedroom, and just showing that stepped ceiling that they added in there just adds a nice, gorgeous touch to the space. And then this is what the standard bathroom would look like in the Gonzales in the layout that's included. So you'd normally have your bathtub here with your shower in there, and the single vanity, single sink on a really large vanity top. You've got, big cabinetry, and then it's not in this picture because it's very hard to take a picture of it in that when you're doing the rendering, but there is, the closet with your toilet kind of here. So that's separated into its private space. So good size master bathroom that's efficient. But then these are the changes that they made. So this is their final bathroom. So they took out the tub and just made it the walk-in shower with the bench area in there. And they mentioned they put the grab bar in for the aging in place, and then put in a double vanity. So they've got the 2 sinks in the space, and then took away that wall just to make it a little bit easier where the toilet is, just to make it easier in the future to not have that kind of sectioned off and taken out a few of the doors that would have been in the space. One of the other things that happened in the standard layout, you would have a second master closet through this space. But because we made that change for the garage that I talked about earlier, we put the utility room there. So they actually made their master closet on the other side kind of twice as big to make up for that space. Yeah. So very good changes. But let's go ahead and see the rest of the bedrooms and inside of the house.
Let's check it out. Guys, keep asking your questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leave them in the chat.
So I told you about my second non-negotiable. This is it. This big tall
Behind this door.
Behind this door.
This gigantic door.
Yes.
All right.
So this was my second non-negotiable, and it was to have a Christmas tree closet so that I can roll out my Christmas tree.
Already decorated.
And when I get done, roll it back in.
That is so smart.
All this big closet is for.
Oh, and you've got a light in here and everything.
Yes.
That is awesome. That's a genius idea.
Yes. So
Not seen that done before. Props to you for that.
Thank you. And I'll remember that when it gets to be Christmas time.
Yep,
and
it's
let
gonna
me
be
show
so
you.
easy.
Yes, I'll show you our bedrooms
Okay.
now. So this, as you noticed, we put all of our bedrooms on this side of the house.
The opposite side is the master, so you kind of have that separation.
We have the separation. Close to the guest bathroom. So we have the 3 bedrooms here. One of them we'll use as an office. And we made these rooms not overly big because, fish and companies start to stink after 3 days. So if there's no dresser or anything,
then there's no reason for them to stay. You're welcome.
But they do all have queen size beds in them. So they're perfect for guests.
Yeah, it is the perfect space for guests.
Yes.
And are all 3 bedrooms the same-ish size?
About the same size, yep. There may be just a little bit of difference, but they're all basically the same. All have the beautiful windows.
Yeah,
with
they
our
also have a view.
Yes, yes.
Even on the other side of the house, you got a view.
That's
You've
right.
got 360 views.
Yes.
That's great.
So let me show you the utility room.
Okay.
So this is the fine utility room, which we love too. Roomy, has the same cabinets again.
Yep. And tons of storage space in here.
Tons. All this. It's
Plus room for a fridge or a freezer if you wanted to put one there.
We're still on the line what we're going to do with that hole.
Yeah. In the meantime, it's just to create empty space.
That is an empty space
yes.
right now.
Extra storage for boots.
Yes. So, and then that's the door for the garage. So you want to go out there?
Yeah, let's go check that out.
So this is our garage. We added the 3-car garage out to the house. And it just gives us a lot of room. You know, my husband's got the 0 turn and it just is a lot of room for our vehicles.
Storage for tools, storage for cars, storage for all the extra
mess
stone that
we
you
have. All the mess we have out here.
Yeah, well, at least you've got plenty of space if you wanted to put in cabinets or shelving, then you've got room for it.
Definitely.
For sure.
So let me show you while we're on the outside, let me show you one of our very favorite places. We added our outdoor patio.
Okay, let's go check that out.
All right.
But not yet.
Yes, but first, let's talk about the Christmas tree closet.
Let's talk about this. This is
absolutely genius. Like,
yeah, that's a great idea. And again, because while, and I'll be the first to admit my guilt, yes, you can store things in attics. They are not designed for storage. They're just not. They're not designed to carry live loads. So live load being someone walking around. Dead load means it just sits there. They have, by code, they carry some degree of weight, but it's not really designed for tons and tons and tons. We don't be taking safes and heavy things up to your attic. And it's not what they're designed for. Plus, you throw your back out. It's uncomfortable. You step through a ceiling. Who knows?
Well, it's not conditioned space. So like with those special Christmas ornaments that you've had forever, it's not the best place to put them in anyway because they just break down. Like this is brilliant. And I love the idea of decorating the tree once and then just getting to roll it out.
I might participate in tree decorating if that were a rule in my house. But
yeah, David is saying that this is one of the top 3 customizations he's seen in a house. Like, it was just absolutely brilliant.
And Miss Spann, you'll have to share pictures of we're all now going to want to see the tree decorated. Not so much in the living room, although that'd be pretty too, but we have to see like at least a 5-second video of you moving.
Yeah, in January, we want to see you putting the tree away.
January 10th.
No judgment. Whatever day you want to put it away. It's fine with me. And then we just wanted to show you those secondary bedrooms that she's talking about. So they're good size rooms, but they're not so large that your guests are going to get overly comfortable. But I mean, if you can fit a queen size bed in a room, that's a
repeat her quote about bedroom. Fish and guests start to stink after 3 days. Like she and I would get along marvelously.
I know, that's smart. Funny. And then this is the room that they mentioned they're going to be using as an office. So they changed the windows in there to get a little bit more interesting and just a little bit more light.
Perfect.
So it's a great space. We didn't show it in the video, but there is another bathroom for all those guests that aren't staying more than 3 days. But here's that space for them. And then here's that utility room that she was talking about that they did, add in the cabinets above that are the same, from the kitchen and the rest of the home. And then they've got a, nice workspace next to the washer and dryer to fold the clothes and do whatever. So lots of storage, really great space. And then that door leads into that garage that everybody loves.
Yeah. And so a couple of things, guys. I know we've shown you a lot of different rooms and a lot of space. This is all done in just over 2,000 square feet of living area.
Yes.
So for all those of you who think you need 2,500, 3,000, 3,600 square feet, like everything we've shown you so far is in right at 2,000 square feet of living area. So kudos to the Spanns for doing, and Cheyenne for efficient, really, really good use of the space.
Yes.
And again, virtually empty nest, right? So how much space do you really need? Put it where it counts, which you're going to show here in just a second.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's one of the things I really love about this plan is that all the rooms are like just the right size for what you need. Like you're not walking around like a lot of homes that I look at that are larger. It's like, did you really need, like, what are you doing with that big of a bathroom? Or, you're heating and cooling it. Did you really need it though? So I really like that space. Miss Spann is sharing that she bought a mattress bag for a moving company that she's going to cover their Christmas tree, but she will send us a video when we're putting that away. So that's awesome. And let's see, I think we got another couple quick questions before we go see the outside. Wes is asking if we have any update on changes in brick deliveries. His building supervisor said there's a Tilson VP that is working possibly to get brick from another source.
Oh, we have more than just a Tilson VP working on that. I mean,
yes.
we've got our director of vendor management, our vice president of construction for North Texas, senior vice president of construction, Justin, those guys. I mean, yes, we need solutions. So, and that's just brick, Mr. Bass. I mean, there's other things too, but yeah, I know that's the one you're feeling on your job site for sure. But yeah, it's a struggle. I mean, it's been that way. Actually, that's been that way since the freeze, February 21. Brick has been a real struggle. So, but we'll work through it, and yeah, we're looking for alternatives.
Okay. We have a question from YouTube. Is there anything an owner can do at the framing stage to help future pest control, such as borer care or roach powder treatment at framing base plate before sheetrock? Is that allowed or discouraged?
Okay, so yes, you can. Now, a couple of things we already do. So we have an agreement with ABC. Pest Control, I think it's Pest Pool and Lawn. Anyway, ABC, you can look them up. Aggie owned and operated. So they do a surface borer care type treatment on all of our homes. So, and what's treated is the inside of the exterior wall all the way around.
Okay.
2 feet up. So they spray that, and then 2 feet up on any lumber where there's a plumbing penetration. So anywhere a sink drains down, so sinks, tubs, anywhere that happens where it meets up inside of a 2x4 or 2x6 wall, those are also going to be treated. Now your toe plate is all pressure treated, so that's already treated for termites, rotting, all that kind of stuff. But still, that is sprayed up 2 feet anywhere there's a plumbing penetration in the slab, and all the way around the exterior on the inside. Now, if there's something additional you want to do, you can certainly arrange for that. I would at least call and give your superintendent, your builder, a heads up, just so we don't, we want to know what they're going to be putting in there or when they're going to be doing it, so that we're not, we put all your insulation there and they come spray the insulation, and maybe they don't want to spray the insulation. I just don't know enough about some of those pest control treatments.
Or we see something weird and are like, what is this?
Yeah. But we do at least a base level of borer care treatment on every single home that we build. It's actually required by the code. Truth be told, if termites are something you're really worried about, or if you have experience with them, or they've been on your property before and they're going to be there, the best insurance against that is really a regular treatment plan with a pest control company. Doesn't have to be ABC, although they're very capable. But and the reason for that is, this is a weird way to say it, all the good stuff's been outlawed. Okay. Everything that'll last a long time to be pesticides is the EPA has kind of cracked down on, like, hey, maybe chemicals shouldn't last for 40 years in the ground. Maybe
that's bad for other things.
But Chlordane was good stuff. Boy, it was awesome. But it is no more. It is not legal. You can only get it in Mexico. But if you, I'm saying that to say that the stuff they're going to treat your house with, even on a regular basis, it has a half-life. It has a shelf life. It's only good for so long. Same thing with the stuff that we're spraying. So it's only good for a certain amount of time. So if it's something you're really concerned with, that's the best way to do that, is to get on a regular treatment plan. There's not going to be anything out there you can put down that's going to last forever. It's just outlawed, so it's not a thing. But
he's asking, when does that ABC pest treatment happen?
So it happens in the frame stage. So I will get with your building superintendent and find out. And I'm saying it's ABC. I think we use them statewide. I could be wrong, given the times. We're going to be using somebody that can just get out there and get it done. So it's done. But it's done during the frame stage, obviously after the bulk of the walls are up.
All right. Laura and Andy are asking, do you offer an 18x8 garage door?
So we do. A couple of stipulations to that. You have to have at least a 9-foot ceiling in your garage to do that. Which, most of ours, that's not an issue. Also, we are not able to offer that in windstorm areas. So if you are in a windstorm county, a county that borders the Gulf of Mexico, with the exception of Jackson County, because it's not a windstorm county for whatever reason, it won't meet the code. You cannot have that much exposed surface area in a windstorm area. But everywhere else, yes, we can offer an 18-foot wide by 8-foot tall overhead garage door.
Okay, awesome.
As long as we can get them.
Yes.
Speaking of things that are hard to get.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's show what everybody came for. Let's show the exterior and this gorgeous wraparound porch.
All right.
All right, while we're out here, let's talk a little bit about the exterior of your house.
Yeah, so we got to pick the colors, which was fun.
Yeah.
But who thinks about picking a brick color?
Not me.
Yeah. So we went again with the earthy colors. And
I like this color a lot, and it goes really well with the white stone.
the stone is beautiful. And having that inside the house, and you'll see some more on the patio.
Yeah.
So
is it the same stone that's on your fireplace?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. And then over here, did you change anything about the exterior? Or
we changed this window.
okay, yeah, it's got a little bit of
Yep.
an arch.
This is a bedroom, front bedroom window, one of the bedrooms we were in. But we're going to be using it in an office.
Okay,
So we just put
gotcha.
the little bit bigger window in for more light. And then
The wood
Yes.
underneath the gables, that looks really
that
nice.
chunky
Yep.
redwood again.
You
that
love
we
the
just
chunky
loved. I
wood.
did love that wood, yes.
Yeah, that's really nice. I like
Yeah.
that a lot.
So then let's go ahead and go to the patio because that's one of our favorite places to hang out.
All right. All right. Well, this wraparound porch is awesome.
It is.
I mean, we get quite a few questions from customers about if they can do a wraparound porch, and this is kind of the best way to do it, is just have it around the front going right to your back patio.
It is, and it gave us this little alcove here where we can put the grill. Everything's covered,
Yeah.
so there's no weather
Yeah,
issues.
it's all protected.
No rain, no sun.
And plenty of lighting
Yes.
and a fan if it
Yes.
gets too warm, then you can still be out
Yes.
here and be comfy. And this is just an awesome outdoor living space.
Yeah, this is like adding another room to our house.
Yes,
Truly.
it really is.
It
And I
is.
mean, you can even come out here and roast s'mores.
Yes, you can.
You don't have to have too big of a fire or
You can.
anything like that.
Yes.
What has been your favorite part about starting with the design and then kind of watching your house come up from the ground up?
We changed so many things inside the house.
Mm-hmm.
Like we weren't locked into this is your bedroom, this has to be this
Yeah.
has to be that. Just being able to, I mean, literally it took us so many tries to try to fit in my two non-negotiables to get that Christmas tree closet and
Yeah.
the butler's pantry. But that having that option was like huge,
Yeah,
really big.
having the option to customize your house
Yes.
to fit your needs exactly
Yes.
how you want it to be.
And you know, with the way that our property sits, we wanted the house set in a certain position. So that was, you know, when they came to stake it out, it was like, well, we think your front door should be over here. And then I'm like, yeah, okay. And so we were like, no, because we
No, we
want
want the front door right
we
here.
want, yeah, we're like, no, because we're missing this whole point
Yeah.
of the lake view and having this outside space, because this is really the main place where we probably will spend our time. And just that they could, you know, customize it with, yeah, we can add that big patio. That was just like, okay, we're in.
Yeah, there's a saying that Dawn and Eric like to say, and it's if it does not defy the laws of physics, then chances are we can do it.
You know, we did have one part, and they called us when it went to the, I don't know where, at what point it goes to, like the architect or wherever, and they're like, oh, because you vaulted your ceiling and have that big window, we're gonna have to put a 2-foot wall there. And I'm like, oh no, like there's just gonna be this little stick out. And I was like, oh no. I was like, okay, well, we gotta have what we have. And then it wasn't, I don't think it was a week, and they called back and go, we figured it out. We don't have that little jut out wall. And I was like, yes, yes, that was a win.
It gets to stay the way that you imagined it.
Yes. So they just, and I got to tell you, Tilson has definitely just over delivered on the promises that they made. Chance was just a wonderful builder and kept us in the loop all the time. And
Yeah.
it's just been a wonderful experience. I would highly recommend them for sure.
Oh, thank you so much. And
Yes.
I really do appreciate you allowing us to come out here
Yes.
and showing us around your house and getting to see everything that you did with it. And you truly did a wonderful job of designing this
Well,
home.
thank you. We're quite proud of it.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
Okay.
Well, thank you all for watching, and we hope to someday soon make you part of the Tilson family.
All
Pretty
right.
cool.
Yes. So thank you, Mrs. Spann, for letting us show off your home and sharing that with us. Appreciate the kind words.
Yeah. Shout out to Chance and to Cheyenne for that together, and Newfie doing the site evaluation and site prep, and Kelsey for doing that and monitoring the chat, guys. It's Kelsey's that helps us answer that chat. And was this snakeskin boots?
I know. I was going to say that she gave them a shout out for the rocking chairs. I was going to give her a shout out for the boots. Those were amazing. Those are amazing boots. Yes.
Well done. Well done. So yeah, folks, that's the Gonzales is a very, very, very versatile plan. As you saw, like they started out with, our base plan, which is super efficient as it is, and then did, a ton of changes and still able to keep it inside the footage. So the wraparound porch, again, we get asked that, like you and Kelsey both said, just all the time. It can be done. There's different ways to do it.
Yeah, so this is the changes that they did make to that exterior. I mentioned up the front that this is usually all brick. They did add the stone wainscot to it, and also added in the rough sawn brackets there to add that, and then made this window a little bit bigger, and that huge wraparound porch. That's just absolutely amazing. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful home with all the great views. You can see lake
Yeah.
everywhere. So yeah, it's just a great space. This is the back of the home. And then that beautiful custom porch that they went ahead and added in that fireplace that you saw there, which was just a great addition to it.
Which is it's a whole other living area, right? I mean, I'm looking at it on the final plans, and it's almost the same size as their family room. It certainly is. It is the same, front to back, and just a little bit, not quite as wide, but not much.
Yeah.
So an entire outdoor living space added, which is really, really great.
And I loved hearing your story about, how we went back and forth on getting that design just perfect, because I'd love to hear how our teams, kind of trying to figure everything out and make it work. And, just it's a good reminder to everybody, when we're there for stakeout, we're going to suggest to you one way to do it. But if you really want it another way, we are going to, we can accommodate that. So let's make sure we have those conversations. So just awesome. So very excited that we got to share this with everybody.
Yes. Thank you.
We have a very important question for you, Eric. Are you an Aggie? I'm not sure how Ann figured that out. But
fighting Texas Aggie class of 2002, Corps Cadets Company F2. Yeah, I'm definitely an Aggie. Glad I went there, because the best thing I got out of Texas A&M, my wife Rachel. So that's where I met her, and yeah, that's probably the best. I mean, I got a degree and all that kind of stuff too, and great experience and memories, and yeah. But I got a fantastic, patient angel.
I've met Rachel. I agree. Best thing you've ever gotten. So
yeah. Thoughts and prayers for my wife, Rachel. Yeah.
We got Jackie very excited about the Spann's dog. I think this is like the second or third one where like that outdoor space is definitely a dog's domain, and they're staring us down when we're out there. So
yes, yeah, I've been to some of these testimonials, and the dog's like, "What are you doing in my house?"
Like, excuse me.
Why are you here?
This is my room. What are you doing?
Sure.
We got Lisa commenting that's a beautiful home. Thank you. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
We have Oliver. Love you guys. What would be the added cost from original price with all these customized changes?
So I don't have it pulled up, Dawn, in our pricing system. I do know that it doesn't matter, because it was 2 years ago, probably. So it wouldn't make a hill of beans. But I mean, it's definitely going to be in the tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, the garage alone, right?
Yeah.
You're talking almost 900 square feet,
right?
800 square feet of garage. So yeah, it's in the 70,000 plus range of additions. But again, you start with an efficient design like the Gonzales, and you can afford to do that. So instead of starting out in the 500, 600, 700,000 range, which, hey, some people want to start there, and that's totally their prerogative, and I'm glad they can. So, but yeah, you don't have to start there to get everything that you want. So that's a great question.
Yeah, the best thing to do would be to go to your local design center, tell them you saw this video. They can pull up the actual plans and start figuring some of it out for you. All right. So I know that the sill seal is used between bottom plates and slab. Would caulking the joint be of additional benefit for air sealing and bugs? Is that allowed by owner at the owner's expense, of course?
Okay, so that's really a great question to ask your superintendent
Okay.
because we're doing, I don't know exactly where you're building, if it's climate zone 2, climate zone 3, because there's some things that we have to do for it to be compliant with climate zone 2 or 3. And without knowing the specifics, the best thing to do is talk to your building superintendent. I know we've done that in the past, but it was a totally different energy code at the time. So we've done it all kinds of different ways. I'd say if we're doing spray foam, it's probably not necessary for you to do that.
That stuff's going to seal itself.
Yeah, it's going to seal it pretty good. So, and again, and the other thing is, I mean, critters like that are after food. So if don't let your kids in the Oreo cookies. If you're efficient like I am with the Oreo cookies, there are no crumbs anywhere. There's no evidence left behind. I'm very quiet about even though Oreos tried to rat me out with the mean saran wrap loud opening thing that my rat can hear from like 40 feet away.
Well, and they're in that plastic, so there's like no way to take one out.
Oh, right. Oh, there is a way. Well, no, you're right. No, who takes one Oreo out? No, we don't take one Oreo out. One does not simply eat a Oreo. But there's a way to grab 2, even from the outside row.
See, if you want to see how cookie packaging should be, Girl Scout Thin Mints. Like, that is the way. I still argue that 1 sleeve is the serving size, but whatever.
Yeah, and if putting mint and chocolate together weren't such a heresy, I would allow it. But that's not a thing.
Oh, no. That's a hill I will die on, sir. Those go together.
So this is the last call for questions.
All right, let's move on to less controversial topics. Julie says that Newfie was great.
He is great. Newfie's awesome.
And those are Kelsey's favorite pair of boots. So
one of her favorite pairs.
Then we got shears, we got gig 'em, then we got a little bit of controversy, hook 'em. So we'll just move on.
Nobody's perfect.
Wesley is asking, is there a way to put a 3-car garage on a canyon that has a front-facing garage?
Yeah.
So you just, if your property's wide enough.
Yeah, and wherever your building allows for it. So if you're in the middle of nowhere, it probably doesn't matter. If you're in a deed-restricted subdivision, we're finding more and more of them won't allow front load. They want a side load garage. They don't want to see overhead doors from the street. But if that's not the case, Wes, you can just come out like with the custom option that's on there now. You can just do that one and then probably add another 12 or 14 feet to it and put the doors on the front instead of on the side. Wouldn't be a big deal.
All right.
For us.
All right. Anne is sharing that she and her Aggie are looking to build in Richland Park in Mildred.
Exactly where Mildred is,
Awesome. Julie is sharing her love for that porch. Yeah. Awesome space.
Hard to beat.
We got Kelsey being not mindful of her employment and
look, I'll let it slide. Her sister played softball for the Texas Longhorns. That's a big deal. Good for you.
She's lucky I'm the one that does the performance reviews because that could get you in some trouble.
That's true. They were our rivals a long time ago. That was a thing.
He's building in Waller County, the one that was asking about sealing everything up. So.
Yeah. Touch base with your superintendent. Find out what they're already doing and what and what you can do. Certainly don't want you to spend money that you don't need to spend, but also don't want to do anything that would prevent you from having your own peace of mind. It's reasonable. So.
Absolutely. And Wes is Team Oreo and Team Thin Mints. So.
Well played, Wes. I wish I could do it. I wish I could get on there with the mints. I've tried. Believe me, if it's a cookie, I've tried it, and I would love to fall in love with it. There's no doubt about it. But anyway, so thank you all for watching. Thank you, Mr. and Ms. Spann, for sharing your home, opening up to us, letting us do that. Thanks, David, for videoing it. Thank you, Kelsey, for taking the time to go there and walk around in your snakeskin boots at the site. Dawn for putting this entire presentation together and the PowerPoint that I shared, but then apparently I took back. For
we'll figure it out someday.
All of you for watching and tuning into these, asking these questions. This is not the only place you can find us, of course. We have a website that's open 24/7 that's got all of this material on there and way, way more. We have a YouTube channel that's got a ton of content that you can get on there and watch. So follow us there, subscribe, all that. Instagram page, Facebook page. reach out to us there. We also have 12 design centers open 7 days a week. And that's where you sit down with someone like a Cheyenne who can take you through this and white out the whole plan, like she said, and start drawing and make your dreams come true. That's where it all starts. So
if you're not quite ready for that, we have the whole new home specialist team that you can call them right from the website, email them. They can answer your questions and get you prepared for that.
That's exactly right. So join us again. We'll be here obviously doing more of these. So reach out to us any way you want to. And between now and then, we genuinely soon hope to make you part of the Tilson family. We'll see you guys later.
Bye, everybody.